else like
To
that.
each his own. But
I
I would
think
feel
most
like I failed
fathers.
as a father.
I think
If
most
I'm sitting across from
fathers.
a table with a dude the same age as me, that's
Appreciate that every his own, yet I would feel like I'd bombed as a dad, assuming that I'm sitting opposite a table with a fella as old as me, pretty blissful Diddy and Harvey. They're warming things up in Italy. Notice her arm is on the rear of his seat. Stunning for reasons unknown. Steve Harvey's 22-year-old stepdaughter in New York, looking very blissful. And there's Diddy looking apprehensive. So this is powering the dating tales that have been continuing oak. So the Diddy test has raised a ton of skeletons to the surface. And some of them are really stunning. Listen, all of you realize that sometime prior there were tales that Diddy was associated with Harvey, right? Well, the federal authorities have apparently found that it was truly a cover to conceal the Harvey couple's oddity-off relationship. With Diddy, the bits of gossip about federal authorities recuperating film cuts from Combs Manor has made many individuals anxious. And Steve is purportedly one of them. How about we hop directly into this tea? 'Cause it's too hot to be in any way missed Diddy and Harvey. So get this oak already, individuals begin to blow a gasket after the reports began getting out and about of Diddy being sincerely engaged with Steve Harvey's stepdaughter. You see Diddy and were spotted partaking in a late-night walk-around matching outfits in the huge Apple Soho area. Not just that previous that day, Diddy was spotted at the Revolt culmination, the opening shot occasion at the Rulers venue concerning Lori. She was spending time with Enchantment Johnson's girl, Elisa Johnson, at New. You may be thinking they could very well be companions, right? Well, only a couple of days before Lori posted an image on her Instagram with a jewel ring on that finger too. The model was spotted with her arm around the rapper, while out somewhere else with her stepdad and mother Marjorie Harvey toward the beginning of August. In the photos that turned into a web sensation, Lori is obviously seen being handsy with Diddy. So it's very conceivable that they were in some sort of relationship. Scratch C. And the comic felt fairly unglued about the circumstance unfurling before his eyes during a meeting with Flat Television. Scratch made sense of that he would never envision his own girl in such a circumstance. All the other things appreciate that every his own, yet I would feel like I've flopped as a dad, assuming that I'm sitting opposite the table with a buddy as old as me that is dating Oak. So fans were scratching their heads, pondering the time Steve Harvey guaranteed that he passed judgment on his girl's buzz rigorously. For the people who don't realize, he said, assuming I spot a terrible one, I dispose of them. I mince no words about it, so they're extremely cautious. While they bring them, you can think an individual is magnificent, yet everyone's brilliant in the first place. Everyone you generally meet, the veil can keep going for around 90 days. And afterwards, sooner or later, the veil begins unwinding. And I simply attempt to look out for that period. In some cases, they make it some of the time they don't currently, albeit this little discourse has all the earmarks of being exceptionally earnest on a superficial level. There lies a harsh truth that will leave your jaw on the floor. Yet you ought to realize that Diddy's Playboy jokes have never been covered up. Also, he is known for his wild gatherings. And we as a whole understand what sort of freaky things occur in the private alcoves. During those occasions, Puma-Ree, who's been spilling tea about Diddy, has explained it for us during a meeting with genuine road stars. She said, for what reason do you think TD Jack was at Bar Daddy's birthday celebration? In the event that Disses and Jake's was at a Diddy party, they must be two reasons: cash. Or that is all that occurs at Diddy parties. I trust it was for cash, since quarreling over who will put the tie on that can be an entirely awkward circumstance, you realize. We going to ask on it, acclaim the master, so be it. Also, the awkward video Diddy posted back in 2020 where he asserted that he had embraced a white kid named Ava Baroni, yet fans could see that the kid was everything except blissful. And to say that their discussion is an entire warning is putting it mildly. You see Combs guaranteed in a TikTok video that he had taken on a white kid whose guardians are as yet alive. And afterward, he encouraged the kid to recount her side of the story. We should not fail to remember that Diddy used to reside with Usher for nearly 12 months. And Usher uncovered that he saw things that were not appropriate for a teen to watch during a 2016 meeting on the Howard Harsh Show as client. Talked about residing with Combs anyway. Usher uncovered that he was around 14 or 15 when he resided with Combs, yet he immediately shut down Harsh's case that Combs' home was loaded up with bunches. Exercises, he said, I had the opportunity to see a few things. I went there to see the way of life, and I saw it. I couldn't say whether I can enjoy and comprehend what I was in any event. Seeing I had interest of my own, I didn't comprehend. It was wild. It was insane. I didn't say that. What I said is that there were extremely serious things occurring, and I didn't be guaranteed to comprehend it now. The odd thing about this plan is that Usher was under Diddy's guardianship, so nobody could scrutinize the exercises. Diddy remembered Usher for so. It essentially affirms the thought that Diddy introduced some sort of freaky stuff later. On Diddy's rep affirmed that Lori had an excursion, yet it was nothing significant him. And Lori had a great time hurl, yet Diddy is as yet mending and zeroing in on himself. Right currently, he's not prepared to be in a drawn-out serious relationship, and is zeroing in on his children right now, notwithstanding that Gan bargain additionally entered the discussion, guaranteeing that Diddy was truly a taken care of witness. However, this is unrealistic to be valid. Fans have claimed that Diddy is confronting a terrific cleans, as he is supposedly depleted, is utilized that as a classified source. They'll allow you to do wrongdoings long as you don't do no homicides and stuff like that. They'll allow you to go around and pay you. When I was Diddy and Steve Harvey now, since Steve is a veteran in the diversion business, it is basically impossible that Steve doesn't know about Diddy's problematic tricks. So it makes fans wonder about Steve Harvey's authenticity, about being a family fight master. Listen, we as a whole realize that Diddy's homes were attacked by Country Security Examinations (HSI) regarding a government's case. After the specialists put out an announcement saying recently Country Security Examinations, New York executed policing as a feature of a continuous examination, with the help from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and our neighborhood requirement accomplices. We will give additional data as it opens up. Country Security Master Hal Kemper guaranteed that there have been charges that he had been giving substances to young ladies, and the office is possible investigating the supposed violations perpetrated in different states. So the reports guarantee that the specialists have gathered a boatload of proof, including a wide range of waiters and electronic gadget specialists, uncovered that the office is searching for videographic proof so they could demonstrate Combs' blameworthy absent a lot of exertion. And assuming that we take a gander at Rodney Jones' cases, Diddy supposedly had his entire house wired, even restrooms. And assuming the recording released many large names may be an extraordinary difficulty in his claim, the record maker has claimed that Combs' connection to the Duke of Sussex and other worldwide dignitaries, performers, sports figures, and lawmakers gave him and his partners authenticity. The protest expressed association with and or sponsorship of Mr. Combs' parties earned authenticity and admittance to VIPs. For example, renowned competitors, political figures, specialists, artists, and global dignitaries, like English Imperial Sovereign Harry, even Jane Bargan, who used to be Diddy's ex-security detail, asserted that the enormous names would have been shaken on the